Hello everyone, Hourglass Eyes here. We're finally kind of doing a review of the EX10. This is the actual EX10, not the clone, and I'll be talking about the differences. I'm sure one of the main differences you can spot already is it's thicker. Like, it's a lot thicker. And the blade is a bit longer too. So, first of all, it's got some really nice texture to it. It's not super grippy. It's not abrasive. It doesn't hurt. Right? Like, it actually feels pretty slick when you want it to be. But grippy when you need the grip. I don't usually like texture on my ballies, but this is fantastic. I absolutely love this. Get a load of that sound. So if there's one thing I like, it's a good sounding bally. And this thing hits that mark right on the head. Sounds fantastic. Balance-wise, it feels pretty neutral. Maybe just a slight bias to the ends. I have the hollow spacers in this. So, like, the spacers have like they're all milled out. So they're basically just a ring that makes it look like they're a full spacer, but they're not. And the blade has this really cool milled edge bevel thing going on, which you can see in my other little short video. Let me try to get it again, so you don't have to jumping back and forth between videos. Come on. There you go. And there's the Jeff Dumas, and it says EX10 somewhere. Right there. So compared to the clone, this is a great deal thicker. The texture feels a whole lot different. The crowning on the spine is very nice, very slick. Does chaplains very well. This thing is fantastic. I love it. So I ended up receiving this about maybe 2 weeks ago. I've been just having a blast flipping it. I absolutely love it. It is now one of my favorite ballies. Oh, does everything very good if I were able to flip today. I'm going to have to cut this review a little bit shorter than usual. But there's really not much else to say. I can't find a whole lot of negatives in this thing. But I'll talk about the things I do have a negative with right now. So negative number one, this blade shape. It's very cool. Very sweet looking. Reminds me a lot of the basilisk. And that's the problem. It's probably pretty brittle. I'd imagine this tip would break if I did a dropsies. So I have to avoid at all costs to minimize my dropsies with this thing, because I don't want to break it. It's very expensive and I don't want to break things. Problem number two that I have is this thing runs on T8 hardware. Everywhere. T8 hardware. And that's not going to be a con for everybody, but for me, I don't know. The T8 hardware on the spacer screws is fine. T8 hardware on the pivot screws seems like a misstep. Especially for the price this thing costs. Other than that, this thing has become the new favorite of mine. This thing is the top tier flipper. I still love my my Alpha Beast. Of course, I'm gonna love my Alpha Beast. But I just happen to really like the way this flips. I might change my mind after a while, as I tend to do. But we'll see how it goes. Right now, this is the Bally. thank you all for watching. This is a bit of a shorter review, but my phone's dying, so I don't have the luxury of a longer video. So if you enjoyed today's video, please consider subscribing. Please consider liking the video. I noticed that there's a large percentage of you who are not subscribed. So if you like my stuff, consider subscribing, you know? Why not? And as always, peace. Hourglass Eyes out.